Hello, Atom here, and welcome back to some more Higurashi When They Cry. Let us continue with a notice of leave of absence.
そうですか。いえいえ、届けなんていりません。サトシ君は我がひなみ沢ファイターズの頼もしい選手なんですからね。席はちゃんと開けてあります。いつでも戻ってきていいんですからね。
I want more Shion as well. I mentioned last part how I wanted more Hanyu, and I also want more Shion.
わかりません。当分は戻ってこれないと思うので、一度退部にしてもらった方がいいと思いまして。
Satoshi-kun says he wants to quit the Hinmizawa fighters. Right. I know very well Satoshi-kun and Sadako-chan's situation, so I was expecting that he might say this. The relationship between Sadako-chan and her aunt has gotten worse, to the point that it can be considered abuse. When someone from the child consultation centre came, of course her aunt behaved herself. Then immediately afterward, her harassment turned even more vicious. According to the neighbours, the aunt's scolding and Sadako-chan's crying can be heard nightly, and sometimes it goes on past midnight. Sadako-chan's weekly physical checkup results are slowly growing worse, and we're trying to keep her stable by increasing her medication. But unless her relationship with her aunt improves, she's sure to go terminal and sink into madness. Although she isn't the type to get back deranged even at the terminal stage. Although she can hear what's it called? Hanyu like stomping every now and then. She's the type who holds everything in, harboring her insanity inside. Just like she pushed her parents off a cliff 2 years ago, Sadako-chan might kill her aunt. Thanks to the mountain dogs, the incident was resolved as an accident, and Oishi stepped aside, although he's still suspicious. If something like that happens again around Sadako-chan, he's sure to investigate her mercilessly. I can't do anything more about Sadako-chan's environment changing for the worse. So I'm not surprised to hear that Satoshi-kun wants to quit the baseball team so he can be with his sister more.
実は僕、アルバイトを始めるんです。それで、あまり野球に出られなくて。
アルバイトですか。何か買いたいものでもあるんですか。
It sounds a lot like Arbeiter, which pretty sure it's a German word for like work. So I wonder maybe like the part-time work is maybe being a loan word.
はい。もうすぐ、貞子の誕生日なんです。貞子が欲しがっているぬいぐるみがあるので、それをプレゼントしてやりたいと思いまして。
That's right. I remember the birth date on her insurance card. I think it's June 24, right after the Watanagashi festival.
そうですか。サトシ君はそれはきっとサトコちゃんも喜んでくれるでしょう。
喜んでくれると嬉しいです。
I can tell Satoshi-kun is also stressed out. To him, seeing Sadako-chan being harassed is the same thing as being harassed himself. His stress can be released through moderate exercise, such as with sports, and also with plenty of rest. If Sadako-chan is being yelled at nightly, then it's easy to figure out that Satoshi-kun isn't getting enough sleep either. I don't know what kind of job he's starting, but I don't think he'll be able to vent his stress on it. In fact, I don't like the idea of Satoshi-kun taking a part-time job, because he's already so worn out in every way. I asked him if he wanted me to help him pay for a present, but of course he declined the offer. It's a present from him, so he wants to earn the money himself. He's taking this part-time job only to earn enough money to buy a Sadako-chan's present, so it'll be a temporary thing. If it's for a short period of time, maybe it won't be that bad. Well, I want to stop him from working because I don't want him to get even more stressed. Since he says Sadako-chan's birthday is near, I don't think I can stop him. Satoshi-kun is determined, and so because of all the stress and everything adding up, he will go terminal, is my guess. If I say any more, I may lose his trust. So I'll have to accept his leave of absence.
そうだ、監督。バットを一本借りていってもいいですか？
Oh dear. Uh-huh. I completely misunderstood his words. Uh-huh, really now. Later I found out he carried around that bat to protect himself. Oh, he's thinking maybe he wants to practice. Yay! Woohoo! And he's thinking of returning to the club once it's over. Yay! Oh dear. And realised that, even then, he was already showing some dangerous symptoms. He believed there would be a fourth mysterious death this year, and that he would be the victim. He became obsessed with the idea that someone was after his life. That is a symptom of Hinmazawa syndrome's terminal stage. But although I was involved so deeply with the syndrome, I was careless.
バットですか？はて、何に使うんですか？
Satoshi-kun had his own bat, so he should have asked if he could take it home, but instead he asked if he could borrow it. When I think about it now, he said it that way to lighten his guilty conscience, but how could I have known then?
いえ、野球にはそんなに来れなくなりますけど、でもきっと一人で素振りの練習をするくらいの時間は取れると思うので。
Sure.
それはいいですね。そういうことならぜひ持って行ってください。素振りをするときは十分周りを確認して危険がないよう注意してからやってくださいね。
And not like somewhere indoors, like attacking your aunt, right? Because that would be dangerous.
ご近所迷惑でなければタイヤを吊るしてそれを打つのもいい練習になるでしょう。
Swinging a bat can release stress, so letting him take his bat home will help. That's what I thought. But that was a huge mistake. Just giving him a murder weapon. I realised it was only when things were already past the point of no return. Past the point of no return. The final threshold. Oh dear. A bat to beat her to death. Death of Satoshi's aunt. We were prepared to respond quickly this year. That was why we were able to start the investigation immediately by securing the crime scene. I'm guessing this is Oishi? The victim is the wife of the younger brother of a Hojo couple. So she's an extremely suitable target for the fourth year's curse of Oishiro-sama. Okay, she's the wife of the younger brother of... fine. She has a horrible reputation among the locals. After the incident, everyone said she deserved to be cursed. I feel like there is some bias in this, though, because some of it's being cursed is obviously tautologically some of it's deserved to be cursed, right? And so if you say that they didn't deserve to be cursed, then you're going against the flow of things, and so you might be next. Which is why you have to say that they deserve to be cursed. Although she did. I have a general idea of who the culprit must be. It is probably Satoshi Ojo, that innocent-looking kid. There's even a motive. The deceased abused his sister relentlessly, so this would be in revenge for that. Also, when he attended the inspection of the crime scene, he was rather frantic, yet also far too composed, as if he was totally unrelated to the incident. My intuition from many years of police work tells me that 8 or 9 times out of 10, someone who acts like that is the perp. I have no concrete proof, but if I question him and shake him up a bit, I have a feeling he'll confess.
これだけ仏をめった打ちにしていれば、星も返り血を少なからず浴びたものと思います。そいつが見つけられれば決め手になりそうですね。
まあよっぽどの間抜けでなけりゃ処分してるでしょうがね。犯行を認めた後に捨てたと称する場所から発見できれば、検察も納得してくれるでしょう。
This was pretty insignificant as a standalone case. A confession from Satoshi Ojo would end it. Everyone except me must believe that. If I look at it as part of a series of mysterious deaths, it won't be so easy. Either the 3 families of the village, or the Sonozaki family alone, is directly involved in this. If they're the ones pulling the strings, they must have instigated Satoshi Ojo into committing this crime. If so, Satoshi Ojo is someone who knows way too much about them. The Sonozaki family's actions must remain hidden. If he could connect them to the crime, would they let him run around freely? Satoshi Ojo is a loving brother who cares very much for his sister, and they set him up to kill his aunt with the 4th year's curse. After that, they will eliminate the one person who can connect them to the crime. Satoshi Ojo is not just a simple criminal. He was set up by himself, and after that my suspicions were confirmed. For he abruptly vanished. He disappeared in such a puzzling way. Meanwhile, while this is going on, I'm just remembering what was it, the 6th game, or maybe it was 5th. Miyakashi. 5th. When Shion reveals herself as being Shion. He didn't run away because he was afraid that his crime had come to light. Another culprit came into the picture. He was already arrested for a different crime, and furthermore, he died while in prison. He confessed to information only the culprit himself would have known. Therefore, he must be the culprit. But as he's already dead, the investigation was closed. Then Satoshi Ojo disappeared a few days after the festival. It's obvious someone doesn't want Satoshi Ojo to be connected to this incident. My boss put pressure on me to close the investigation and to file Satoshi Ojo's disappearance as a separate incident. He even handed the case over to a different section. The way this case is closing so rapidly greatly resembles the same trick used 2 years ago with the Ojo couple's accident. There's no doubt it's the work of someone who can put pressure on the police. As it happens, the Sonozaki family is the only one who can actually exact influence on the police department here in the Hinamizawa area. Yes. I mean, to be fair, who expects the clinic? Who expects the clinic to be connected to the military, actually, even? You may think their trail's covered. This points towards her more clearly than anything. According to my informant, Orio Sonozaki mentioned the 4th year curse at the family meeting and hinted that she was the one behind it all. Hinting isn't strong enough evidence. There's no mistaking that Orio Sonozaki is the one pulling the strings. No. And as we know that she isn't. I know they're the ones who did it in the old man, but I just can't grab them. And we also know from the 4th game that they had no need to. The project was already running out of steam. Why would they commit a murder when they don't need to? Cause problems for themselves and for the tourist industry that they want to build. I have to locate him and find that missing right arm. I'll return the arm to his grave and make the principal offender and the masterminds both bow down before it. Well, I'm pretty sure the principal offender had quite the gruesome death. However, just like Satoshi Ojo disappeared, it's possible the principal offender has already been eliminated. I bet he's already been killed and buried somewhere nobody can find. If that's the case, then that's fine. I'll make the old bag who ordered someone to kill the old man slam her forehead in the ground before his grave. This, I swear. After the fourth year's curse, people are already saying something will happen again next year. Even with all my preparations, I couldn't prevent the incident from happening this time. It's too late if something happens. I must keep my eyes on the core of the village before something takes place. There's a reason why I have to get to the bottom of this by next year. Because I'm retiring. My mother has been wanting to go back to her hometown in Hokkaido. For a long time she's been asking me to move there when I retire. I feel that's the least I can do for her, so I agreed to move to Hokkaido when I retire. So next year is my last chance to avenge the old man's death. It happened 4 years in a row, so more than likely there'll be a fifth curse too. As a result of a series of mysterious deaths, the village has been tightly knit together since the dam protests. They were told that betrayers will be punished in the name of the curse. To the masterminds, that's enough reason to continue with a series of mysterious deaths. According to the rumours, this year's victim, the aunt, was cursed because she didn't participate in the Watanagashi festival. So there are villagers who believe if they don't participate in next year's Watanagashi, they'll be cursed. It'll be a huge festival next year for sure. Something will happen. A series of mysterious deaths in Hinmazawa, also known as the Curse of Oyashiro-sama. I will avenge the old man. I will definitely will. And yet, his information has definitely led in some loops to the continuation of the curse. Because of his meddling. Although, to be fair, I guess Takano murdering Tomitake is already planned and prepared. So it's different. Anyway, fourth sacrifice. The village was in an uproar because of the fourth mysterious death in a row, which everyone believed would happen, actually did. It's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy because people then go, oh, well, it's going to happen, so I can get away with murder. Sadako-chan's aunt was killed. All the villagers feel rather satisfied about this incident, saying the curse finally fell on her for being a local troublemaker. But I know the truth. When I saw the beaten-up body at the crime scene, I knew Satoshi-kun was responsible for it. Is this Irie, I'm guessing? Her abuse towards Sadako-chan was getting worse and worse. Satoshi-kun wanted to protect her, so he brought home a baseball bat. All the signs were there, so I didn't even need to hear it from Satoshi-kun. Yet I couldn't avoid questioning myself. I felt bad for the Hojo siblings, who had no one on their side, so I tried to be their ally. In the end, I failed to be any help to them. The phone rang. It was Satoshi-kun. He's never called me before. What happened? Does he want me to help him? If so, I will. I truly feel that way. I was right.
いえいえ、気になさらないでください。どうかなさいましたか？
車を持っている人が他に思いつかなかったんで。
車ですか？ええ、ありますよ。
実は今、沖宮のおもちゃ屋さんの前にいるんです。
Oh!
ミオンのおじさんのおもちゃ屋じゃなくて、もう一軒の歯医者さんの近くにあるおもちゃ屋さんの方です。
ああ、わかりますわかります。
So different. toy store. That's odd, to say the least.
それでサトコの誕生日プレゼントのぬいぐるみを変えたんですけど、
They might not have questioned this other store
大き
owner.
くって自転車に積めないんです。
That's a problem I could see him having.
大きくって自転車に積めない？サトシ君、あなたどれだけ大きなぬいぐるみを買ったんですか？
I guess he didn't think about it. Went to a toy store on his bicycle. Now he's stuck. That's so typical of him. I can't help but smile warmly. In other words, he can't carry both the bicycle and the teddy bear, so he wants me to come pick him up. I told him I'd be right over, and headed to the toy store in Okonomiya. When I got there, I found the teddy bear he bought is a lot bigger than I imagined.
これは大きいですね。確かにこれじゃ自転車は無理でしょう。
The teddy bear is so big that Satoshi-kun can hardly wrap his arms around it. If he puts it on his lap in the passenger seat, he won't be able to see anything. We loaded the bicycle in the back seat and stuffed the teddy bear in the trunk.
しかし、これだけの大きなぬいぐるみともなると高かったでしょう。
ええ、まあそこそこね。
Guessing he spent all the money he got from his part-time job on it, basically. At first I thought he was sweating because of the heat, but he's acting oddly, as if he has a high fever and his consciousness is coming and going. Does perhaps Irie brings him back to the clinic, hoping to help him?
どうしましたか？具合でも悪いんですか？
And he's kept there afterwards because he's stuck in the terminal stage and we're trying to find a cure for him.
多分いえ、風邪です。
それはよくありませんね。診療所に寄っていきませんか？具合を見てあげましょう。
ありがとうございます。
When you called earlier, you didn't sound this way. Did you become ill all of a sudden?
どうぞ、リクライニングを倒して楽にしてください。冷房が強すぎませんか？大丈夫ですか？
Seems like his situation is rapidly deteriorating. His face is turning pale. I can tell he has a high fever. Satoshi-kun was pushing himself to buy this teddy bear. A teddy bear this size can't be that cheap. For him to earn enough money in such a short period of time, he must have worked hard and long hours. Maybe he felt relieved now that he got his teddy bear he'd wanted to buy. It's not unusual for a person to collapse after reaching his big goal.
しかし、よく頑張りましたね。こんなにも大きなぬいぐるみを。さとこちゃん、きっと喜ぶと思いますよ。
Sadako-chan will never receive it. Or perhaps he's wanting for him to get better, so that he can give it to Sadako-chan himself.
喜んで欲しいです。
喜びますよ。私が保証しちゃいます。
But more than the teddy bear, she needs you.
もうおばさんもいない。おじさんも帰ってこない。もうこれでサトコをいじめる人はいないんですよね。
You leaving her would hurt her.
そうですね。もうさとこちゃんをいじめる人はいません。だからこれからはゆっくりと過ごしていいんです。
おばさんはいないんですよね。死んだんですもんね。
はい、 確かに死にました。検視には私も立ち会っています。間違いありませんよ。だからもう二度と聡子ちゃんをいじめたりはしません。
Definitely the things he should be saying as a doctor.
本当に本当におばさんが死んでるのを確認したんですね。
Maybe he's going to mention footsteps.
はい、間違いなく。
じゃあたまに通りすがるおばさんにそっくりな人がいても、それはおばさんじゃないんですよね。おばさんが実は生きてて退院してきたとか、そういうんじゃないんですよね。
ええ、そんなことはありえません。二度と私たちの前に現れることはありませんよ。
じゃああの人、あれもよく似てるけどおばさんじゃないんですよね。
Where?
ですよね。
Satoshi-kun pointed at the oncoming car in fear. Of course, the car passed so quickly that I couldn't see her face. No matter how much she looks like her, it's impossible for her to be alive.
ほら、あの人もあんなにそっくりでもおばさんじゃないんですか。だって僕を見ましたよ。
落ち着いてください、サトシ君。おばさんは完全に死にました。だからどんなに似ていてもそれはおばさんではありません。
似てる似てる。いや違う、本当におばさんなんだ。おばさんがまだあんなに殺したのに、あんなに殴ったのに、なんで
Confessing his crimes. I can only try to stay calm and drive. Satoshi-kun is losing his cool. He's delusional. He's seeing his aunt coming back from the dead. Then I finally realize Satoshi-kun is displaying symptoms of the terminal stage. You finally... How did it take you so long? I need to examine him once I get to a clinic. It's different from Satoko-chan's case. We already have a cure. Who can treat Satoshi-kun? I doubt that. If I talk to the mountain dogs, they'll take care of the murder of his aunt. So I can both save him from going terminal and give him back his peaceful days with Sadako-chan. He was deranged until just a moment ago, but now he's gone quiet. That's sometimes a bad sign. He didn't fall asleep. I must get to the clinic while Satoshi-kun remains in this calm state. There's no guarantee that he won't attack me while I'm driving. If he knows what's going on through my mind, as if he knows what's going on through my mind, Satoshi-kun spoke to me quietly.
監督、これってやっぱりお社様のたたりなんでしょうか。
たたりなんかありません。どうか気を強く持ってください。
里子、ごめん。ぬいぐるみを買う直前まで僕はそのお金でどこか遠くに逃げてしまおうって思ってたんだ。だからそんな僕をお社様は許さなかったんだ。だからそんな僕をお社様は許さなかったんだ。僕は兄失格なんだ。僕は
無理に喋らなくていいですよ。まぶたを閉じて休んでいてください。すぐに診療所に着きますからね。そうしたら具合のすぐ良くなる薬をあげますからね。
僕の血の中にも藤虫が湧いてるのかな。 ゆい。
書かないで。喉を書いてはいけません。
We arrived at the back door to the clinic. I slammed the brakes and stopped the car. Satoshi-kun has already started to claw at his throat. I can't stop him by myself. I asked for some help through the intercom. Some staff members came out immediately. Maybe Satoshi-kun was surprised to see so many people at once, because he started to resist. I don't even need to run tests. He's at L5. He's reached the terminal stage, and his thoughts must be filled with delusions. Maybe he thinks that the staff members want to kill him. Staff members pinned his arms and legs down and gave him a shot to put him to sleep.
監督、助けて。
That's what he's trying to do.
大丈夫ですよ。すぐに治療しますから、しばらくの間楽にしていてください。
どっか。里子。お願い。
Please take care of Sadako. After saying those words, he fell unconscious.
あらあら、騒がしいと思ったら、これは何事ですの？
サトシ君が急性発症したようです。彼の日頃のストレスを考えれば、いつ発症してもおかしくなかったでしょう。いや、ぬいぐるみを買うまで自制心でそれをずっと抑え続けてきたに違いありません。
なんだか毎年綿流しになると生きた検体が手に入りますわね。これもお社様のたたりのおかげなの。
I don't have time to listen to her nonsense. Yes, that is certainly an odd peculiarity. Although it isn't every year. The third year wasn't, for example. But maybe there is something that happens around Ratanagashi. The fourth year might have been caused by the previous years existing as a precedent. Yeah, so we will do an invitation to an end next time. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know any feedback you have in the comments. And until next time, see ya.